I'm Josh. Welcome to the Well-Rounded Warrior. Thanks for watching. All right, today we're going to give you a 3,000 round review on the CANIK TP9SFx. If you've seen some of our earlier videos, I'll link that right here. This gun was a gift from James Yeager, Tactical Response. Very nice. He was kind enough to give me this pistol. We did a photo shoot for Tactical Response and some of the sponsors, and we'll get to it. So what we have, run this in a NSR outside the waistband holster. This is a giant gun. This is not really something that would be very comfortable inside the waistband appendix. You could probably, well, I know you could run it, and I know people that do. Me personally, I don't really think I would. I'm really happy with my Glock 19. So, outside the waistband NSR holster. This has been through a fighting pistol class. The other holster I have has also been through a fighting pistol class. This gun has been through two. It's been through one with the light and one without. I prefer it with the light. It balances the gun a little better, and just that's how I prefer to run this gun. All right, so all right. This has been a very reliable gun. Very dirty. It's gone, well, 3,000 rounds without being cleaned. I don't know how well you can see any of that, but it is absolutely disgusting. I've tried to run it to failure. Have not gotten a pistol-induced failure. The gun is not malfunctioned other than the malfunctions that I've put into it. And this is not a knock on CANIK or anything that they do, however, when you have something that has extended controls, well, they're extended, they're easy to reach. So consequently, something that I've had a problem with a really high grip, I'll either press up or press down on the slide lock, and I'll be halfway through a magazine and I have pressed up on it and it locked the slide open, and the old tap rack always works because now my thumb isn't on it, and then 2 rounds later I could be right back on it. I haven't had any problems with the magazine release. That's been not an issue. I have short thumbs for whatever reason, so having an extended mag release is really nice. Case in point, on Gen 1, 2, and 3 Glocks, I have a really hard time reaching the magazine release, and I really have to turn the gun in my hand to reach it. Gen 4 and 5 Glocks, not so much of a problem because it's bigger. It doesn't stand out more unless you get a stupid extended magazine release. However, it's just it goes farther back in the frame, so it's just easier for me to reach. So now that said, all those rounds have been through this gun. I've had 2 sets of sights on it. It started life with some worn tactical fibers that I didn't use. When I got the gun, it had excess big dots on it. Since then, I've put a set of night vision sights, and I really like these sights. The dot isn't as big, and a notch and post type sight works better for me shooting precision. It's just out past 25 yards for me. Big dots are really hard. I can't see that good, and I'm not that good of a shooter, so I just kind of work with what I got. 25 yards with these sights and this gun, I'll wear the X-ring out all day. So other than that, it's been dropped, beat around, shot the shit out of, not cleaned. You can see there is finish wear on the barrel, as you would expect. And there's some finish wear on the slide from going in and out of the holster. And some scratches from just getting beat around. But other than that, cosmetically, it's just dirty. I mean, it looks good. If I cleaned it up, it would look good. Solid gun. The only problems that I've had have been out of the magazines. And if you've ever been to Camden or ever trained in a really dusty environment and messed with metal magazines, you'll know that if they get dust in there, the dust between the metal and the brass, it's especially noticeable with steel case or cheaper, not as polished brass. Fiocchi seems to run pretty good. I did have some problems with Fiocchi in the worst of conditions, and I guess this is probably Federal. But what happens is the rounds will get stuck down in there. There's too much friction between the round itself, the other round, and the side of the magazine, and they won't roll and they won't feed. So you might get 1 or 2 shots. This isn't really noticeable in a magazine that came out of a magazine pouch or a magazine that's in the gun, but if you were, for whatever reason, to pick a magazine up off the ground that's partially loaded, that you ejected and ejected the magazine, put your foot on it, go pick it up, and then go put it in the gun, it gets dust in it, especially in Camden in the summertime, especially in any kind of dusty type environments. And that's when the problem rears its ugly head. And if you follow my Instagram, you'll see back in August, the last time I shot this in a class, that was the only problem I had out of the gun. I do not ever have that problem out of Glocks. They are metal lined. I have seen that problem in plastic Glock mags, specifically Magpul mags. I know it's not a metal magazine problem. I don't know. I don't know what to call it, but I know that I have not had any problems out of this gun. The only problems have been user induced, and I've been really, really happy with it. I have no problem ringing steel out to 100 yards. I have done that with the Glock, and you can see that in another video that I'll link right here. So this is easier for me to do this because of the sights, the notch and post sights. It's just something that I've just had more experience with. So really happy with it. Next step for this gun is it will probably get it'll probably get a Vortex red dot, or depending on if I can get a mount made to my liking, it may get an Aimpoint T1, or a micro tube style red dot. Tube style red dots on pistols are really cool. And this is one of those guns that I'm not going to carry appendix. I'm not going to EDC that, so that's just going to go in and outside the waistband holster, and I'd have no problems doing any of that. So final verdict, 3,000 rounds. Happy with it. I'm happy with it. For the price, man, you can't beat it. You really can't, for all that it comes with, and especially if you get one of the red dot factory equipped red dot guns. Man, they're good guns. You can see some of James Yeager's videos on it, and he speaks very, very, very highly of them. So, all right, guys. Well, I appreciate you watching. If you could, go ahead and click the like button. If you want to see me again, go ahead and click that subscribe button. And just remember, when avoidance, deterrence, and de-escalation fail, a high rate of fire usually does it.